I've been wanting to make a mallet for quite some time now, and I'm going to get around to it, I guess. Got some other projects in the works, but I really would like to make a mallet, and this is the piece of material I've chosen to use. What I've got here is a piece of poplar. That's probably, what's that say, 1.5 inches thick. You read that? And I've already taken the time to joint one edge, and it's pretty out of whack. It's pretty twisted. You can hear that rock. I mean, it's pretty bad shape. But nonetheless, I'm going to do what I can do and see what comes out of it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Who knows? It might just end up on the wood pile for fire. But at any rate, this is what I'm going to do, and I'll try to make some videos as I go along, take some photographs and post it to the website. So that's it for now. That just gives you an idea what I'm working with. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for looking. Well, what I've got now is the two pieces that will be glued together to make up the head of the mallet, and this 1.5 by 1.5 inch square piece of material that's going to be the handle. Now, I'm using poplar only because it's what I have. I don't know if that's the recommended wood for a mallet or not, but it's what I've got, so it's what I'm going to use. What I've started to do is I've started to lay out, and I don't know how well you can see this or not, but I've started to lay out the basic shape of the mallet. Taken some time to lay out how I want the head of the mallet to look, and as well as the handle. And so the next step is to basically start machining these pieces of material. What I can do is I can glue up the two pieces that are going to make up the head and let those dry. I can take the handle material, put it in the lathe, and start turning that up. Now what I've decided to do is I've decided to make a tenon in the head of the mallet. That's going to be, it's going to go up into the head of the mallet quite far. So I have a shoulder here, and then I have this shape of the handle which comes down to the bottom. Now I'm going to have to leave about 1/2 inch material on the end so that when I turn it, I'm not turning directly on the end of the piece of material. So we'll see how this goes. I've got this basic design to work with. I'm kind of concerned about the width of the head of the mallet though, because in relationship to the length of the handle, the head seems a little narrow, but you know what? I'm going to stick with it. This is going to be the first mallet I've ever made, so I'm just going to do it. So I will get going with turning up the blank for the handle, and I'll get back with you in a little bit. Well, so far so good. This is how it's turning out. I'm pretty pleased with the handle. It turned out pretty much to shape. Pretty happy with that. The tenon in the handle fits pretty good. I can probably take it out and show you. You ever try to do this with one hand? I'm going to have to set this thing down. Hold on a minute. Alright, here's the tenon on the handle. It's about 3 inches long. And I had to use an adapter for my Forstner bit, because I don't have Forstner bits that are long enough to go down through there. So what I had to do, I'll show you. I made this adapter when I was a machinist. So I had to put my Forstner bit into that adapter, and it worked out pretty good. It allowed me to get to the depth that I needed to get to. Come back over here. Sorry about all the movement. But as you can see, the tenon fits pretty good. Nice snug fit. There's no slop in the handle. So now all that's left is to cut out the top do some sanding, and I might round over the corners with a round over bit on my router. But it's coming along. I should be done with it here today. I mean, I'm going to stain it, I think. I don't know though. We'll see. I've got some stain that I can use. I may do that. So, at any rate, that is progress being made.